active listening. As Dalai Lama said, do we need to speak in a way of responding? Or do we need to even speak and say anything? Sometimes no response is a response too. And that's sometimes too hard to hear it and understand it. Especially if you have got inner child issues. And they are the ones where, for example, is you're angry. You've got imbalances within you that you have to fight, and then you have to prove the point and prove the point. Is it because you want to prove the point that you're knowledgeable, that you're smart, and that you know what you're talking about? Is it just because you want to finish the last bit of a sentence? Again, are you doing that because you cannot allow someone else to be right or to have a point? And sometimes, the mastery of it is not about proving the point to the world that you're smart. It's not a point of, like me, there is no point of proving the world who I am as a healer or as a intuitive embodiment coach. People ask me, can I finish the courses and just know the things what Jelena? And I go like, yeah, you can finish some of the courses, but the things what I pick up and what I see within you comes up from my gift. So, or you're born with it, that particular gift, or you are not born with it, and you cannot finish a course to waken up something within you what you don't have got it with you. You can learn things like you can learn timetables, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. But to do and have a particular gift like me, you will, you cannot, learn to have it. So the point what I'm trying to say to you is about actively listening to a person. Sit back and pause. Sit back and pause, and trust me, being a woman, having intuition, having a Gemini brain, which I have to say it's like 300,000 browsers open at the same time. And for me, on top of everything, yes, I see the dead people, so I see you, I see the dead people, I see people around you, and I'm listening to them while I'm listening to you as a client or as a person who's talking to me. So the channels are open all the time. I had to learn to sit back and listen. I had to learn that sometimes I don't have to respond. I don't have to respond. But if you are struggling with it, there is a reason for it. It's sitting in a childhood. Some kind of imbalance happened within you that it's coming up. If I don't speak up, I feel hopeless. If I don't speak up, they don't see me smart. And on the second part of this, not everyone will gonna see it like that. Not everyone will say if you don't have a response that there is something wrong. They'll just think, okay, everything what I had to say. That's the balance. We are constantly in this world of flight and fight. Constantly have to be the best of this. Have to be the best of this. The best body. The best this. The best that. Accept your flaws. Accept that. We go and see the therapist, or we go and see the general practitioner, or we go and see, a PT trainer, personal trainers. And we go and see the dentist. Nobody says that we don't brush the teeth properly and we don't floss them, and we don't, look after them. But we go and see it because they're specialized in that particular field. So don't see yourself as a wrong thing. The same as with the inner child. We all did not have a perfect childhood because our parents didn't know any better. But even yourself, so even if you become a parent like I did, when I became a parent, I didn't know all of these things either. My son is 20 years old, so in my 20s and late 20s when I had my daughter, she's 16, I didn't know all of these things. If I had the children all over again, I would know those things. But I had inner child who was imbalanced at the time when I was growing up. So what's going to be that it's going to imbalance me is those things, but I will actually know how to work with them. That's the difference. So the active listening, it can be achieved through inner work within yourself. And sometimes to achieve the active listening, I would say to you is sit down and try to sit down, and I say this, meditate. Meditation for me is sit down on your rock outside in the nature, and you do not have to listen to active guided meditation. Just listen to the wind, listen to the leaves of the trees, just listen to the mother nature. And I love my birch tree, and just hear the whispers of the nature. That's meditation. And when you are doing active listening, especially for women, when we carry lots of shame and guilt within us, you do not have to, one of the things, flying off the handle, proving the point. And if you're talking with somebody who you have to prove the point, are you going to really prove the point? Or you're going to just feel drained afterwards? Prove the point, and I don't want to even call it proving the point, with the right people. Have discussions with the right people. But if people who are not ready to hear it or have proper discussions, you are not going to achieve anything except feeling yourself drained. So pick and choose your battles. Sit back. Give that person a space. And space for females especially means lean back, not being forward and forward and forward in attack and attack and attack. Is that attack with the words, yeah? So flying off the handle, if you're feeling hopeless, if you're feeling, I have to prove the point that I'm smart, sit back and ask yourself all of those questions. What are you trying to really achieve? And it's all about you when you're speaking up? Or is it about the other person? Or are you coming 50-50 in that conversation and prepared to listen? Just to listen. And sometimes we don't even have to say, oh, that's a good point. We can just go, oh, great. That's the difference. And when you are in that kind of a mode, that you can just be in your softness, the compassion, the empathy that comes up from your heart. If you can actually achieve that, you will feel on your body 100% lighter. 100%. It will not going to feel that constrained energy, and you're not going to feel like, oh my God, this is so heavy and I have to go in these conversations. I have to go and do this. Like I talked about in my passion, my work doesn't feel like my work. Yeah, technically it's my work, yeah? But it feels absolutely pleasure because it comes from my heart. I do everything from absolutely love in my work, and I love it. So it doesn't feel like, oh my God, I have to go to work. Because my heart is aligned with my life purpose. And I love what I do, and I know it's unique and it's special. And being absolutely expert in my field, I love it. So, something to think about it, about active listening. If you're having struggles with it, reach out. And I know that you're amazing, and if you listen to this video, you're trying to figure out yourself. And that's absolutely honor to you. Because emotions are not easy to understand, but I know that you can understand them, and yes, you can achieve absolutely balance of yourself. Love and light.